Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our travels. In this episode, we are at Cabo Verde in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean on the island Santiago, which is the main island of this country. We stay at a hotel just a few minutes outside the capital, Praia. Cabo Verde consists of 10 different islands, and one of the most famous islands is Boa Vista. We have lots of charters and resorts hotel, and it's a very popular tourist destination. We did choose to stay at Praia and the main island because we wanted to feel the real vibe of the Cabo Verdean people and country. On the south part of Santiago, it's quite flat and not very green areas. But if you go north of the island, you have lots of mountains and green areas that is really different from the south part. And you will see that later in the video when we go on a tour around the island. As I mentioned before, Praia is the capital of the country, and it's a really small city. And actually there are not so many hotels in the areas compared to other capitals in the world. We did choose to take a full day around the island, and early in the morning we were picked up by our guide and fellow travelers to head northbound. After about 40 minutes drive, we were up in the mountains, and it's really a mountain. It is a stunning view over the north part of the island, with lots of different viewing points that we stopped during the tour. We had about 25 degrees Celsius during the tour, but it was really nice with a light breeze, so it was really not that hot to go on a long excursion. Now we have reached the second largest town or city at Santiago, Asamada. It was a really nice little town where you have really nice buildings, and it was really friendly atmosphere. And of course we had to visit the local market where you purchase all the things you need to make a nice dinner to your family. We later on did a pit stop up in the mountains where our tour guide showed us how to dance a traditional Cabo Verdean dance. Think dancing with that wonderful view was just incredible. Now we have come to a very nice and quite touristy destination, the town of Tarrafal. It was really a paradise. It was lots of small restaurants, some small hotels, and wonderful beaches with this stunning view. We stayed here and ate some lunch and got some free time and just relaxed at the beach and take a small dip in the water to cool off a little bit. Time for us to head south, and we'd go on these narrow seaside roads with a stunning view over the coastline. We did stop at the banana, mango, passion fruit and coconut plantage, which was really nice, and I bought a freshly cold coconut to drink the nice cocoa milk, and it was really delicious. Just beside our hotel, one of the top restaurants at Praia is situated. It was really nice to sit by the beach, just a few meters from our hotel, to enjoy a lovely evening and reflect over everything we have experienced during the day. One of the reasons we chose Barelo, Cabo Verde as hotel for our visit was the nice pool area, but also the closeness to the beach. It literally took 3 minutes from our hotel room and we were at the beach. Today we go into the capital, Praia, which is a really nice city on the plateau, as it's called, high over the water, so you have a nice view over the area surrounding the old town. Now we're passing by the old harbor area. They have now lately moved it out to a modern shipping port where there actually are a lot of cruise ships that are stopping on their transatlantic journeys or cruises around Cabo Verde and further up north around the Canary Islands. Now we are up at the plateau and visiting the presidential palace. It's just an administration building and there's representation, and the president actually lives in a villa further out. The island has a very interesting and dark history because of the slave trade between Europe and the American continents. But they also have a really interesting modern history when it became a country not long time ago. 5th of July 1975, the country declared its independence from having been a part of Portugal. But the connection to Portugal is very strong, and the official language on the island is Portuguese, but they also have their own language, which is named Creole. But the dialects on the islands are very different, so the official language is actually Portuguese. Praia actually has just around 140 inhabitants, and unfortunately there are not so much job, so lots of Cabo Verdean are seeking job outside the country, mainly in the States and Europe. Here we visit the main market here at Praia, which is situated in the middle of the town. It's a really buzz, and you see lots of nice vegetables, fresh fruit, and it's a really bustling feeling. There are two parallel streets, one pedestrian street and one street for cars that goes through the city center. Everything is walkable with lots of small cafes and restaurants. After the morning and lunch in the city center, we headed back to our hotel and the close by beach. And the beach is very well maintained, and they also have lifeguards on watch from early morning to late evening. After an enjoyable time at the beach and some lunch, we headed back to our hotel to relax in the pool area. Both parts has their own charm. Here was quiet, and we were practically alone during the stay here, and that you can really call luxury. We have looked up a nice dinner restaurant about 10 minutes walk from the hotel by this other beach, and we really enjoyed the view and the food and the really warm and friendly service. The pricing of a meal is about 20 euros for a main course, and the portion is very big. Even if you have vacation, the routines are quite good, and we enjoy a cocktail by the hotel before we headed to bed. And the morning starts at a nice Jasmine breakfast restaurant that also serves a brunch buffet during the weekends. Praia Maria is the big beach in this area, with locals and tourists are gathering to enjoy the water and the beach. Here you also have lots of facilities with restaurants and shops, so you can stay here a whole day with your family and friends. I want to quick mention that all our journeys are self-funded and not sponsored by anyone in any way. We save money, get great deals and club membership to be able to travel the world and share it with you. Close by Praia Maria you have a big shopping mall that we went in to look at. But unfortunately most of the stores was closed because we are up and walking early in the morning. After a warm walk in the morning, it was time to cool off a little bit by the beach, and the water temperature was really nice. Our hotel is situated close by the embassies and even the EU office on the island. Just a few hundred meters from our hotel, you have Prestada Hotel that we actually booked at first, but later on we did choose to go and stay at Barcelo, and we were actually quite fond of that our choice was changed. The hotel was really nice, but we really don't felt the nice vibe that you get on Barcelo. And even the pool area has some lack of viewing over the wonderful ocean. But we started the evening with a cocktail at the hotel. It's nice to see other surroundings and explore new things, and maybe see what we have missed by changing our hotel. And please remember, when you are staying at the Mediterranean countries and here at Cabo Verde, the restaurants open quite late for dinner. Some of the restaurant doesn't open until 7:30 in the evening. This evening we enjoyed a really nice dinner at the hotel restaurant. The English knowledge by the inhabitants is not very the best, so if you can some Spanish and Portuguese, you get really much easier around. But the friendliness and kindness, we always sorted things out when we had our language barriers. Now it's time for us to leave this wonderful country and city and the wonderful people that lives here. They actually has a saying or word, morabeza, that is not easy to translate, but it's like friendliness, kindness, and together in one word. And it's really that we felt by all the people we met. We really hope you like this video, and see you in the next.